everyone wants to be a YouTuber. Everyone wants to be a TikToker. You can just tell by the people and the numbers and explosion of social media that like it's a lot more widely accepted. If you wake up and every day you obsess over something and you live and breathe it, and that's what you think about, that's what you do, that's what you study on and off, that's what you stay up every night grinding, and no one else even gives about it, it's like you just feel like a weirdo, you know, like an outcast.
I have been obsessed with going viral on social media, and it's a problem. You see, normally a normal person would just try something, right, and not get that obsessed, but I get obsessed. And for me, I've had to take a lot of breaks, and yeah, it just hasn't been a good time, honestly. So today's going to be just kind of a chill studio vlog. I want to do more of these. Recently, I've been upgrading my equipment. I've been doing this over like the last few years, but finally have gotten everything kind of set up the way I like.
Excuse the cell phone footage, but we're at Michael's, and today we're gonna do something reckless.
So in the last year, I've started my own sticker business, and that's been awesome. I haven't really made like a ton of sales, but I have been wanting to invest in getting a Cricut cutter, but they didn't have it at the store. They only had like the newer one, which was like probably like $200 more, honestly. And so I just got some tools and called another Michael's, went there about like 20 minutes away, and they had one. They had the older model. It is the Cricut Air 2. In case you're wondering, it's a lot cheaper, as you can tell. It's not $300. So I opted out for that one and got the blue version because that seemed like the most masculine option out of the very, very feminine colors that I saw. But yeah, then I took a little break for some food and needed to, get at it. I learned some of the software in Cricut and printed it off on my sticker paper. I guess I should say what kind of sticker paper I use, actually. It's called Royal Elements paper. It's kind of hard to find on Amazon, and there's a bunch of different versions, but I use like the glossy version, sometimes the waterproof version. But yeah, at first I was kind of excited, a little off-put because it wasn't cutting perfectly along the edges, and part of that was user error. I kind of learned later on what not to do in order to make that, not happen. But yeah, I was peeling stuff off, and it just, oh man, it was horrible. Like, look how bad that is. I was just like, okay, well, first attempt, I guess I can't expect it to be perfect like I see on all people's videos when they make stickers. So I was like, okay, maybe I'm doing something wrong, right? And so I go into the settings and everything, and I'm just like, all right, well, what can I do? And I picked the sticker paper setting, which this is a mistake. This is future me telling my past self of my sins. But yeah, things were sticking together. That part was on me for designing the page weird and putting stickers too close together. But yeah, it ends up being kind of like a big, huge ordeal, and I'm not very particularly happy with it. And another weird issue that I had too is these tools. Luckily, I got them because they're exactly what you need to get them off the sticker paper. Because that not the sticker paper, the mat. It's really sticky, like a lot more sticky than I kind of intended. And you kind of have to kind of pick it off carefully with this tool, and it works out pretty well. But on the next one, as you can see, the hard part comes where you think you have the sticker, but you actually are just peeling the sticker off of the backing of the sticker. And I think that's like the most frustrating part, is you can't be sure, so you kind of have to really watch what you're doing. Otherwise, you could just totally destroy the sticker. So that's kind of a struggle. And I really spent way too long on this project.
I'm okay. I'm okay.
I was not okay. Honestly, I was so mad. I had spent this money on this machine, and it wasn't doing what I wanted to, considering I had assumed it was mostly user-friendly. And yeah, it wasn't great. I think I used up like 5 sheets of sticker paper trying to get this thing to work. And I eventually learned my lesson on not changing enough things, because me changing settings and doing things a little bit subtly more different each time was not the answer. The answer was actually changing the settings entirely, and it works out better. I promise. Like, now I know what I'm doing, and I can get the stickers to come off mostly good. And yeah, I just chose to do something too late into the evening where I just couldn't really think my way through it.
It's still not cutting all the way through. What is going on? I'm sure there's a better setting for this, but I'm just like absolutely done for tonight. I have tried everything and I cannot get this thing to work the way I want. I wish it were simpler, but it feels like a similar situation like with my 3D printer over there, right over here. It's complicated. It's not plug and play really. I do enjoy the user interface. It is very simple and easy to use. So I think that's good, but as far as just cutting through basic sticker paper, I mean, it's glossy, I get it, like, ooh, glossy paper, it's shiny, but this thing can cut vinyl. I don't understand why it can't cut just a little bit thicker of sticker paper, especially when considering it can cuts cardstock and thick paper. I'm just not understanding what the issue is here. Almost 4 hours trying to get this thing resolved because I don't want to cut them by hand anymore. I want a machine to do it for me because because I'm lazy. Stickers are probably ruining my life. So,
and honestly, everything's fine now. I figured it out. I'll share my answers later in probably another video. I'll probably do a whole video on this whole thing. But on to better things. So I started renovating my room a little bit. It was just kind of happened randomly on a Saturday. I was thinking about it because I was looking at my room. I'm like, man, I don't have space for everything because now I got the vinyl cutter and there's just not a lot of space in my room at the moment. I'm hoping to eventually get a house and be able to build my own little office studio thing. But for now this works. Yeah, my dad helped me out. He's really quite the carpenter. So he helped me figure out what I needed. And we added some shelves to this armoire. It's supposed to have a TV in it, but I use it for storage since, I just use my computer for watching, streaming stuff. So it's not like, necessary to have a TV. So we just kind of modified it, which felt kind of weird because, I've had this armoire thing since forever. And but it actually turned out really great. I was trying to fit my 3D printer underneath it. That was the idea. But I was dumb enough not to measure. So we ended up using my old desk, and it has some shelf thing on the side, and we used a big scrap of shelf wood and screwed it on top. And wouldn't you know, it fits my 3D printer perfectly. And everything fits. It's quite nice, actually. I have a place for everything, except, everything looks kind of like an absolute mess. But, I'm trying to get there with my organization skills, but it's better. And then went on a trip.
We're going on a trip.
Oh, dang it. Pat, just turn them sideways.
Hello, Devin.
Hi.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
So this is a trip that I went on with some of my friends. We've been friends since like high school, and so it's been awesome. And it was a much needed break, honestly. And I stress a lot about a lot of things. It's kind of something I guess I don't really talk about except for just being by myself and stressing about, making videos and stuff. But we rented a super nice Airbnb for like 3 nights or something. And it was down on Imperial Beach in California. Just amazing. I mean, it just, the whole place lit up in glue. Like, I didn't even touch these videos. Like, the colors are all raw. I'm amazed with how cool it looks. I even did some sculpture on the beach. But it was honestly such a good time to kind of get away from our problems for a bit and just kind of decompress a bit, I just enjoyed everything about it. The ocean breeze, I forgot how nice that was. If you guys have never been to the beach, you really should think about it because it's really nice. Yeah, I just had a good time hanging out with friends and just kind of, I guess, getting a breather from life and taking a pause and thinking about where I'm at and where I want to go, And I think that's important to do in any creative process, is to take breaks. And I've learned, especially as an artist, you can't really be inspired unless you go somewhere that's inspiring, And, picking up on the things you see visually is a great way to refresh your mind and to come back to things and be a little bit more creative. And I just think overall it was just a really good, relaxing experience for me, and just time to reflect more than anything, honestly. So it was great. And continuing with cool little road trips, I guess. I went back to Arizona after that and went to visit my grandparents. They live in the Gila Valley, and it's just a really kind of cool place, small town, lots of farmland, and just aesthetically pleasing views. I loved it. And, spending time with family is great as well. And yeah, it just really kind of just, resets your visual palette, I guess, because if you're stuck in your room all day, that's not good for anybody. And in other news, I ended up picking up an Oculus Quest 2. It's a VR head system. It's actually really cool. I've been thinking about getting into VR for quite some time, and so yeah, I just decided to pull the trigger on that, and I'm very happy that I did. There's actually a lot of cool things you can do in there that are kind of actually sort of practical as well. So it's kind of cool. I typically kind of like watching YouTube videos in VR. It's kind of a weird experience, but very chill, and yeah, I'm starting to make some more videos, and it appears that I am a butter, so I don't really know where to go. Whoa. I'm Homer Simpson, everybody. But yeah, that's kind of it, honestly. That's kind of all I've been up to lately, and just kind of experimenting and having fun, trying new things. I think that's like my main thing, is I just like making things. I try to be like just an artist, but I can't just be just an artist, because I also like to play games every once in a while, and I also like to do this and that, and it's hard because I feel like I need to niche down and just have one thing that I do on my YouTube channel or on my TikTok, but the truth is I just can't stop making whatever I want. And I guess that's kind of the point, is sometimes you just can't outrun your own creativity. And I mean, I learned through this whole thing, the whole few weeks that I've had, is taking breaks is really important. Just being lazy every once in a while is actually really good for me, because if not, I can be easily overwhelmed. And I think the main lesson that I kind of just want to, like, I guess, tell everybody is, if you're feeling a little stuck, just go take a break. You don't have to go to the beach or whatever like I did, but you can definitely go outside and find some inspiration elsewhere. Look at the clouds every once in a while. Life is awesome and well worth living, and sometimes we just kind of forget that. But I'm really happy with how this video turned out. It took a long time to edit and make, so I hope you guys enjoyed it and maybe did something while watching this vlog. This is definitely very different for me from my typical content, but I really enjoyed it, and let me know in the comments what you guys think, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'm excited to make some more of these. They're definitely a lot easier to make. I'll catch you guys in the next one.